chat, here we go. We're going to watch the 3 replays from players who got the most demos in a single game, starting with the 3rd most demos got in a single game, which was achieved by none other than the Scrub Killer. In this game, he was not just a killer of scrubs, he was also a killer of Rocket League cars, as he took a bunch of them out. So let's try and remember to count them, because it is truly insane. The 3 replays with the most demos, I am surprised that they ended up getting as many as they did. And I'm pretty sure I didn't get the stat wrong. Hopefully it's not the demos that they had on them. If so, it'll be funny. It'll be funny to see the players who got demoed a lot. That being said, Scrub did only get demoed once, right? That wasn't a double demo. So far, the counter is Scrub has been killed 1 time. But we'll see how many kills he ends up getting on this team that he's facing, which is Semper. It is Semper, and I'm not sure if it's Semper in Swiss or Semper in the playoffs. I think it's Semper in the Swiss, but I don't know that for sure. Scrub, a dribble and 50. We haven't seen him get any so far, which is truly crazy to me, considering the secret number that I do know of how many he gets. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it was the most this game. Like it's a high enough number for me to be truly in awe that he hasn't picked up any yet. But I'm hearing other people get demoed. Maybe it was game. We'll find out. Casio down to Archie. Joria is going to save it away. Scrub trying to free jump a setup from Jack. It's not going to work. No goals scored for either team in this game so far. There's one. That's our first one we've seen, right, chat? 1 demo so far for Scrub. Just about halfway into the game. Scrub taking 1 of Semper out. There's another one by his team. Archie. Wait, Archie's going to find an open net. A 1-0 lead, as that demo's not going to be enough since Archie can do it all by himself. The dunk from Jack on Chassette. Jorias can't get the double, and now Scrub stuck all alone in defense. He's going to have to break up Archie. Was that maybe a double demo? I think he got demoed there. But yeah, Archie's still alive, so not a double demo. Chat, are we counting correctly? I think still only 1 demo for Scrub, with 2 minutes left on the clock. Scrub, a humongous whiff. That was an interesting play from him. Jack up to Scrub. Scrub trying to redirect this one away. Oh, Jorias, great placement, good shot, and the aerial shot from Scrub. Chat, I'm become almost certain that there's no way this demo counter is for a single player. I'm guessing that this was the 3rd highest demos in a game, period. Not necessarily by 1 player. Otherwise, I'm going to be truly blown away at what happens in the next minute and 20 seconds. Considering I think Scrub has only had 1 demo so far. There's an opportunity to potentially get a second, but it was just a bump. And I don't know why Ball Chasing would consider that bump a demo. I don't think it will. Maybe this is a humongous overtime. That is something I didn't realize. I did not check if this game goes to overtime, and if it does, maybe that's where a hidden time is, where demos are going to be given, which would make a little bit more sense why it made it into the superlatives. Scrub is also a very low boost boy compared to a lot of top players. I think a lot of the 1v1 players get credit for playing decent with low boost. Something you have to be able to do when you have nobody else on your team. Scrub Unable to 50 this one away. Chaussette. The backflip. Not a great clear. A couple great shots saved away. Scrub. He's going to have a tough time finding that angle. Couldn't do it. I have a feeling we have some overtime coming. Maybe that'll explain how Scrub, with only one demo, finds his way to having a third most demos game in the entire major. Camera settings seem far away. Maybe Scrub has changed them up. When I first picked camera settings, there's another demo. There's two, chat. Two demos for Scrub. I always had Scrub settings because I used to watch Scrub the most on Johnny Boy's channel, and was most excited to try and repeat his success. Can you believe that I got nowhere close? Scrub the wave dash. Midfield doing his best to conserve a bit of boost. This is a sweeping motion. There's the third demo. Count it up. 3. That was a double demo, was it not? I think that's 4. Yeah, that was 4 because Joria's just added insult to injury and demoed him again. So we're now up to 4 demos for Scrub. I think it is possible. I don't think the replay was lying to me anymore. I forgot about the fact that overtime can exist. Man, this is a super demo-heavy game, just in general. Not even necessarily Scrub. Everybody else on the field is dying as well. Jack having to clear that one away in a really dangerous spot. Jory's a nice clip reset 50 double. Holy cow. Yeah, that's the sitting duck right there. We're at 5 now, right? Scrub with 5 demos. Ooh, looking for a 6th. Yeah, he's going to bring it down. Scrub trying to inch his way towards the extermination. Wait, is extermination 7 or 9? It actually might be 9. I think it's 7, though. Extermination is 7 demos, right, chat? Exterminator is 7. You get a lot. Nice. Scrub shot on net. Saved away. 7. Oh, can't get the 8th. Chaussette just barely avoiding another death. Scrub killer with 7 demos in this 2-minute and 15-second overtime. To be fair, he had 1 demo going into overtime. So sure, overtime helped him get to this demo mark that he's at right now, which I believe we said we're at 7, but he's gotten 6 of them in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's certainly possible to get this many demos in a regulation game. Chaussette, a huge clear. That boost unfortunately spawning right after Scrub rolls over it. Another long clear. For some reason, Scrub electing not to pick up the corner boost right there in front of him. Instead, racing back to take the boost away from Casio instead. Archie, big air dribble. We've seen a lot of carries from Archie, both towards the net and just as big clears downfield. Scrub to have to clean up his backboard, which he does fairly easily, although Casio about to make him look stupid with a great shot attempt that Jore's had to 50 away. Huge clear by Scrub. Casio and Archie, the team pinch. Jack, the save. Oh, I remember that. This is absolutely in the Swiss because that was the most absurd save in a 4-minute overtime that has ever been seen. Oh, man. Truly an impossible save. I didn't recognize other parts of this game, but that is unforgettable, that save that Jack made. And now another save from Joria. Scrub to Jack. Scrub, the physical play. Doesn't connect, but they do eventually score. And Scrub Killer, aggressive, killing Semper as much as possible. 7 demos, and him and his squad get the win. The game with the second most demos from anybody in the RLCS Major comes from Complexity, specifically AJG. And you might remember, or you might recognize, I should say, a team that's on the other side of the field. Semper was on the losing end of the Scrub Killer 7 demo game, the extermination that took them out. Well, they're about to be on the receiving end of another demo heavy performance, this time from AJG. And we'll end up, I'll keep it hidden how many he ends up getting, but we'll count them together. AJG, not anybody that chat was guessing in terms of a player who plays ultra aggressive. I think it could have a little bit to do with just the Complexity squad not often called out individually. I mean, I think players or fans really like to watch Complexity really have high faith in them winning. Sometimes people talk about Shad, the Chad, but for the most part, Complexity a pretty solid roster all around. There's that first demo for AJG, and a very important demo. I think, was it Cassio there? Could have had a serious opportunity to save that goal if he had not been demoed. He could have gone in for a 50. Cassio gonna die again, make it 2 for AJG as he takes him off the map. But just a great all-around squad, and at least slightly physical squad. You have to be if you're gonna have a player pick up at least an extermination. We know Scrub got an extermination in that 3rd highest game. Maybe Semper just sucks at avoiding demos. You see the stat that Semper was the most demoed team at the Major? Interesting. Well, that's a 3rd demo, right? A 3rd demo for AJG. Archie, another air-dribble clear away. So we're always seeing AJG getting demoed this time. The way he spams ball cam seems stressful. You really enjoy watching 1s or 2s, but wanted to stop by and say I appreciate you with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dan Lynch. Appreciate it. Oh, you watch every YouTube for a long time now, Feer. Wow, thank you. That's huge. People like you who watch all the YouTube videos are very, very helpful to the goal, the content goal of maybe one day doing this as a job. So I appreciate it. Thank you. AJG, a bomb to Shad. Archie cutting it off. Cassio helping clear it away. Chad, I slightly lost count. I think we're at 3 demos though, right? Somebody correct me if they remember off the top of their head whether we're at 3 or 4 for AJG. Baseball, nice 50. That'll be make it 5. I'm gonna say 5. May or may not be right. But we saw Scrub. He got all of his demos in that OT. It ended up being a pretty long OT that had almost a 2nd game in it. But he went into the OT with 1 demo. And I was like a little bit doubtful at first. But now we've seen it in regulation. As AJG up to already 5 with 1:45 left to go. Great shot. Somebody, though, on Semper is going to be able to clear that away. Yeah, it's not even so much, does he spam ball cam? Yeah, I guess he must be spamming ball cam. Not using his right stick. Yeah, that's a ball cam spam. Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice it too much, but now that you say that, dude, he is spamming it like crazy. That's 6. That's 7. 7 demos. Doubling up. Clearing out the Semper defense. Still not able to score off of it, though. AJG nowhere in the stratosphere. Semper going for a demo play, but Raised Bull able to take it. Wait a second. Is that an 8? Catching somebody on the wall. That was either a 7th or an 8th. Camping out in net, waiting for the opportunity for a strong clear, and it works well. So we watched games of average speed, and we showed that average speed did not seem to correlate to wins. You know what has seemed to correlate to wins so far without making too wide sweeping of allegations is demos. Woody out there just so happy to hear that demos equals wins. At least it seems like it so far, because I don't think we're going to see Semper come back in this game against Complexity. With only 10 seconds to go and a 2-goal lead. For Complexity, I think it was 7 or 8, it might have been 7 demos for AJG in this game. This shot online, will he pick up one more? Probably not, it's going to hit the ground. AJG doing it in regulation, so a little bit better than Scrub. Didn't need a huge overtime to get there, but truly a demo fest, also killing Semper. The #1 most demos achieved in a single game at the RLCS Fall Major happened by none other than the region that gets a lot of credit for being demo heavy. It's Middle East and it's Senzo. SRG and Senzo getting the #1 most demos, and I think you guys have probably noticed a pattern. If you look across the field from yet another game where a player got the most demos, you are going to see Semper again. There's the first demo for Senzo. But Semper, man, they seem to be magnets for demos. All 3 of the highest demo games were on Semper. Ahmad to TRK for first goal for SRG. But I didn't look at any of the top, any past the top 3. I felt like 3 replays was a good amount of replays to look at for all these things. But I also know Cody mentioned a little bit earlier before, kind of not spoiling, but letting us know how the next game was going to go as well. Apparently Semper is just the most demoed team in general across the whole major, not necessarily just because these 3 games were against them, but these 3 games certainly wouldn't help. I think we have Senzo at 2 demos now, right? So a minute in, already 2 demos for Senzo. And Senzo doesn't seem to be going terribly out of his way to get him. This one, he did. As on his retreat back to net, he turns out midfield to see if anybody's camped there. Now he's got 3. You think they started paying more attention to demos in bracket and improved? I mean, that's smart. You got to try and avoid these. And they were getting eaten up by him. There is a 4th, right, chat? Taking out a Semper player just totally camped deep on offense. Going to be a very, very easy target. Cannot blame Senzo at all for trying to take that player out of the game. Huge early jump from Senzo, covering a shot attempt that never came. But he does cover the eventual second attempt. Senzo continuation of the clear downfield. I believe we are approaching halfway through the game. A lead for Sandrock and 4 demos. You can see Senzo looking for another one. He got Chassette making 5 demos. I'm not sure if this one goes into overtime or not. We'll see if Senzo can get the high number without needing overtime. I mean, right now he's on track for what, 10? If he keeps up the pace he has already, and that's just in regulation. Chassette to Archie, saved away. I'm at a nice 50, but they're going to need another 50. Gosh, 50's like crazy. At least neutral for the Sandrock guys. Senzo in the back line. His teammates getting demoed. Might open up an opportunity for him to take some people off the field. Ahmad seems to have a really open net. Senzo just needs to finish it, and he does. 2-0 for the Sandrock guys. TRK. I wonder if he's intentionally losing that kickoff back to Senzo. Works well for them. A 6th to demo, no. Ooh, trying to get a 7th, but couldn't take Cassio out. And I think that actually would have been a really easy bucket had Senzo connected with Cassio. I tell you what, I don't think I do anywhere near enough demoing. That is a nice tight angle by Semper. But I don't think I've come in the stratosphere of getting exterminations without focusing 100% on jumping into a game and just trying to get demos. Even then, sometimes it's hard to get exterminations, for me at least. But obviously the demo meta has, you know, become super relevant over time. You've seen like a lot of pros complain that, you know, the game is all just demoing now. And I think that is just people reacting to what is the most frustrating mechanic of the game. I mean, I think obviously the game isn't just all demo meta, although demos have been, you know, brought into the game a little bit more featured than normal. But I don't know. I think it's exciting. It's another mechanic of the game. No true player or no true like RLCS players actually complaining about it that much. They all know demos are a part of it. Champ 3-3s is so free for demos. Just boom ball, demo, and rotate. Well, with 30 seconds left to go, I believe we're at 6, if I'm counting correctly, which I'm sure that I'm not, but hopefully I'm in the realm. 20 seconds left to go. Chaussette slams it on net, and it looks like we could be headed to overtime with 16 seconds. Senzo, though, getting a lot of demos without the overtime needed. 6 in regulation, unlike Scrub, who got 6 all in overtime after only having 1. Shot on net. The Sandrock guys sending it to the corner. Still possible for Semper. They're going to keep it up instead of hitting it to the ground. Seems like it would have been better for Sandrock to just let it hit the ground, but it will. So overtime and an opportunity for Senzo to pick up more demos at 6. We know he has to beat at least 7, which is what Scrub and AJG got. So we have to expect at least a couple more demos. If you were playing in RLCS, I would simply dodge all the demos. Ah, yes. It is truly that easy. As Ahmad demos another Semper player. Semper could afford to hear that advice because they have been demoed like crazy. Senzo stealing that midfield boost from Ahmad. Patience from Senzo in the corner. A nice 50. Huge win. Sending Semper completely on the back foot. The question is, will we see our first loss from a demo-heavy game, or will this also be a win? I do think Sandrock picked up a win against Semper, but I don't know which game it was, and I'm doing my best not to spoil them for myself as I pick them up. Senzo's going to get demoed a minute into this overtime. Yo, what up, Noxus? Is this the real RL Swice? Yeah, you gotta believe it. He's got the check mark. Ooh, Senzo can't clip on that demo. TRK to Ahmad. Senzo actually thought about going up that wall to help clear it away, but ultimately decided not to. TRK carried. He's gonna get demoed. Semper has, you know, fought back with the demos as well. Talk about Semper being the most demoed team. They do seem to be demoing and bumping as they get Senzo right there. Did we just see 2? Was that 2? There's at least 1. It might have been 2. Yeah, it was 2 to win the game. Look at that. Senzo absolutely clutching the game out. He only had 6. He ended up getting 8. The most in any game. Demoing Archie, turning around. Demoing Chaussette. Says, I've left the net open for you, Ahmad. What a game. Chat, there it is. Demoing wins games, as proven by Senzo and as proven by everybody else. The top 3 most demoed players were actually always all Semper, but I mean, the most demo getters always won the game. And unfortunately, every time, it was Chaussette, Archie, and Cassio, man. These guys have got to learn to stay alive, because they were the total targets of all the demos in RLCS.